Jox Moxley sticking that fork in someone's forehead for like 5 minutes and the camera's going up. I mean, Abdullah the Butcher, every match was like that. So that's still old school. Hello, everybody. This is Bill Apter. Welcome to the Wrestling Time Machine. My guests today are the incredible host of this show, Mac Davis. Welcome, Mac.
Oh, thank you.
That's fine. And holla, Teddy Long, WWE Hall of Famer. Welcome back, Teddy.
Holla.
I don't know if I like this hosting part, Mac. Why don't you take it? You do this show better than I do here.
Well, at least you got the open for us because I couldn't get it out of my mouth. By the way, if you'd like to find this show, you can find us on all major podcast platforms as well as Wrestle Binge on YouTube. And it's all by Sportskeeda. You got questions, comments? Leave them down below. We'd love to hear from you. And as Bill said, I have Teddy Long with me and Bill himself. And this week, the time machine's going to bounce around quite a bit. Before we get started, though, I do want to bring up something that happened with Bret Hart, a letter or a comment that he had made actually about today's wrestling. Now, here are the words straight from Bret, so you know exactly what he said, and there's no questions here. He said, quote, "I really roll my eyes at how pathetic wrestling is today from top to bottom. All the top wrestlers and all the middle and bottom wrestlers in WWE and AEW all slapping their legs on every punch and every slap. It's like it's to the point now where I can't watch wrestling today. Sadly, it is getting too phony, and I really question the direction of the people in charge that are taking wrestling where it's going. AEW kind of gone on a bad direction, I think, with all the violence and gore. Dean Ambrose sticking a fork in someone's head for 5 minutes with a close-up on TV. This isn't wrestling either." Guys, your thoughts? I mean, y'all been in the business forever and a day. You agree or disagree?
Well, I'd have to say with some of it I would agree on. You know what I mean? I'm kind of, like Bret, it's the wrestling, show now is just, some of it. I think the only good thing that really, caught my attention was the Bloodline. I really enjoyed watching that, and I'm still enjoying watching it, But like I said, with AEW, I never watched any of it, and I don't plan on watching any of it. I'd have to say, go along with Bret too. There's a lot, there's no selling no more. So you'll hit somebody will jump right up, just like it never happened. Nobody wants to be real anymore. Nobody wants to make you believe in what they're doing. It's just like flip, flop, flop, thank you, man, and they're out of there. So to me, like I said, a lot of it, I just don't see a lot of the guys taking the wrestling business serious, you know what I mean, as they should be. A lot of them think that this is just a show. Yeah, it is, but it's also, business. It's about drawing money. That's the way I was brought up. And I think everybody, that's coming up now should be brought up like that. You know what I mean? You may move on to something else, or you maybe need to know exactly what your position is, what you're here to do. Yeah, you're here to entertain, but you're also here to sell tickets, to draw money. So, and like I said, I can tell the difference now, like back in the day, when a new guy came in, he'd walk around to everybody, all the veterans, shake their hand, introduce himself, let them know who he was. Now you going down there, guys walk right by you, don't even say a word, won't even speak to you, So, yeah, the business has certainly changed, and like I said, I'd have to kind of go along with Bret on some of it.
One of the things, and Bill, you can expand on this, but it seems to me that wrestling's gone more from competing to performing, so that the product appears to be more of a performance than a competition. Isn't that the issue?
It's a good point. I want to dwell for a moment on something that Bret's words about Jox Moxley sticking that fork in someone's forehead for like 5 minutes and the camera's going up. I mean, Abdullah the Butcher, every match was like that. So that's still old school. Okay, that part of it. The slapping of the legs, I'm noticing more and more in both those companies. I really am. What amazes me is that someone is up on the top rope, and another guy, and he's getting ready to jump on somebody, and the other guy gets up and sets himself up to maybe knock him off, but the other guy's sitting there waiting for him like forever. Forever. It's like forever. That Teddy, you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
And just like you sitting
Timing.
up there, yes, it's sitting up there waiting for that Hurricane Rana or whatever it is. And why, if there was a great spot on Monday Night Raw this week with the girls where two of them superplexed two others from the top rope. It was a great spot, but it was like they were trying to all get in position. And as a fan, I'm like, well, why are they sitting there? Why don't they just knock them down?
Well, I'm sorry. I was just going to go ahead, Ted.
Okay. My thing is this too. I used to always say to guys when I worked with them on the indies, I would say, would you stand there and wait on somebody to hit you in real life? Yeah. If you're having a real fight, you just stand there and wait on some guy to punch you or to shoot you. Would you do that? So you make it when you're in the ring. This is real. You do exactly what you would do if you were in a real fight.
My brother,
I was going to say that Samoa Joe. I'm sorry. I was going to say that Samoa Joe was one of those participants who, when he got in the ring with ROH, he would have somebody who would go to the corner and they're waiting to flip on him, and he would look at them from behind. And as soon as they started to flip, he'd just get out of the way and let them fall on their face. I thought that was perfectly done because that's reality. If I'm in that ring and I see you're about to do something, I'm just going to let you do it and move out of the way. You want to break your neck, break your neck.
Yeah. See, my brother, when I was a kid, he tried to make me tough, and he knew I watched wrestling. So he says, what are you going to do? Somebody comes with you with a knife to come and take you out, you're going to trip them and put them in the figure 4 leg lock? It's
true. Yeah. I do think that we've gotten a little too far when it comes to the performing instead of competing. And that is my biggest issue in wrestling today. Too much is, you can see it being set up. I love the matches. I just wish, as Teddy said, if the timing were right, those matches could be incredible. Think about Kurt Angle, when Kurt Angle used to run up to that top rope and it was like a cat. Boom, he was there and the move was done in a split second. That was believable. There wasn't time enough for the guy to react. But when you're in that corner for 20, 30 seconds setting up a move, there's plenty of time for anybody to go, the hell with this, I'm just getting down.
Well, that's why Seth Rollins is very good at that. When Seth Rollins sees somebody on that top rope, he hops up there and slams them off.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that drives me crazy. But again, now the young guys are more like, hey, this is entertainment, this is a show. So if we blow a spot or two, well, there was in the same girls match, which was really good, one of the girls was flipped over, and before she was even fully flipped, she rolled over.
Yes.
And I was like, wow.
Yeah. I think, again, it's more for the TV and less about the believability of what it used to be. And Teddy, you've talked about this many times before. It's just evolution. It continues to change. Our product continues to change. And while it may drive us crazy, the current fans today probably love it. So,
well, Mike, I agree. The times have changed, and what you and I have to do, we have to, and you, Bill, we have to change with the times. Yeah. And I've agreed to do that. I understand very much what has changed. That's why I don't worry about going back to WWE or AEW. Well, I know AEW ain't gonna call me no way. So anyway, so that's why I say the times have changed. So it doesn't really even bother me. I'm enjoying the rest of my life, but I really would like to. What I'd like to do is get involved with some indie operation, that wants to advance and make it and try and help them. And I had the opportunity to do that one time, but, I was fooling with a bunch of idiots. So that they kill that. But yep. But anyway, that's, like I said, times are changing. I agree to change with the times.
Yeah, this is why you and I and Mac have evolved into social media here, because we changed with the times. A lot of times people ask me about wrestling books, and I said I hate to read wrestling books, not magazines, books by wrestlers, because they're always aggravated about what today's wrestling is about. And we know about it, and how good it was in the old days. We know about that. But again, like you said, Teddy, the evolution of our business is something you either work with or you're left behind.
It's just that simple.